Here we go. Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I thought I'd do like a final update on Jimmy Kimmel. Um, because everybody's talking about it, about what happened, what he did. It was a comedian in his talk show. I remember talking about the whole Roseanne thing that happened and what happened to her show. And I knew exactly, um, and there's a double standard, right? I knew exactly what was going to happen when her show was let go. It was so popular. I knew they were going to do a Valley Harper and make it to the Hogan family. Well, Valley's family, then the Hogan's family. The Hogan family. Because Valley Harper had a pop-up show called Valley back in the 80s, right? Mid 80s. I love the show. Jason Bateman was on the show, too. And whenever, I think after a year or two, and the show got so popular, Valley started asking for more money. And then NBC fired her. And he said they were going to change the show to Valerie's family, and then the Hogan family with Sandy Duncan replaced her as her aunt. She was tight. I mean, I'll never forget me and Joan, my roommate, when they had a Hogan family in Germany, the second incarnation of the show. She was tight. She was tight. I didn't know she had a glass eye. I couldn't tell which one was glass. I remember Sandy Duncan from like Disney cartoons and stuff like that. I never really thought of her like that. So I started on those with those tight shorts and tight jeans and stuff on the Valley Hogan fans and all that. Oh my God. Me and my son Joan were talking about that shit. Anyways, Roseanne was fired for saying something about like someone named Valerie Jarrett or something like that. Someone I'd never heard of before. I mean, it was something like her nomination is like well, they were referred to the movie Planet of the Apes, like racist comment. Um, NBC flipped out and they fired her, and everybody threw Roseanne under the bus. And this is a show Roseanne created herself, because I mean, it was like the show was on hiatus for a long time. Roseanne was doing like a talk show. I mean, I guess she was nuts on a talk show. I remember Mick Foley was talking about it on there, talking about how unruly she was, how crazy she was, and how impossible she was. It's like I mean, he did a good job on the interview. Her staff was like clapping, like they knew she was impossible. Then she did a show called on Spike called Roseanne's Nuts about her having a macadamia farm, and then they talked about the reboot of Roseanne, and that was one of the highest rated show on ABC, right? And they even the reruns were highly rated, right? And and then people say like she's very politically minded. I know she did a whole bunch of Donald Trump stuff during the first election. Said she did not make America great again. That her and Valerie, I mean not Valerie, oh her one sister, Jackie. They're fighting about politics and stuff, and it was a politically charged show, somewhat. And then whenever she said that thing about Valerie Jarrett, right? It got I think they canceled her show because she's done racist tweet. I remember she was on her own show saying she thought the girl was Caucasian, right? And I know a lot of people threw her under the bus, including that girl Harris, though, who always seemed like a real bitch and stuff. And then like now this is starting to make some sense. Well, I'll tell you why, because there was a double standard. She was calling out about there being a double standard. Now, with me, I know that a double standard with me being not liked by a lot of people, like a certain person could say whatever they want. If I say something, I'm crucified for it. Let someone like I'm not going to bring names up, but if I say a certain person says something that's really bad, oh, they just joke around. If I say it, oh, I'm the Antichrist. That's why I bring up the double standard. Anyways, Jimmy Kimmel, what happened was, yeah. Hi, Dusty. Oh, I know. I know. I'm just talking about it. I know, Dusty. I know. I mean, thank you for the input. You want to come up? I want to talk about the. I want to do. I don't do political stuff, I thought I'd do like an update about what happened. If you want to come up, you can. I don't care. Um, Basically, what happened was I was talking to Darnell, and she said this guy named Charlie got shot. I was like, oh, that's bad. I didn't know that. He said it's all over the place now. All right, I know there's fighting right there. What about no? Jimmy said horrible things about Charlie. Yeah, it wasn't a joke. I know, I know. I'm just talking about the update, right? Anyways, um, he said he got shot, and I heard someone else mention he got shot, and then like I saw it. I'll be honest, I never heard of Charlie Kirk before. I never knew who he was. I didn't follow. I don't follow that stuff. I just do my own thing. I never knew who he was, and he must have had a huge influence. People are still talking about it now. There was 2 live streams about it. People fighting. Dan and Phil, yeah, it was crazy. I know. Let me. And I'll go to where I get. I'll go now. Okay, while there's fighting, I'm gonna let you guys equal, 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 going back and forth. Okay. Yeah. Well, then this is what happened, right? I didn't know he got. Well, I didn't know who he was, and I saw him like the blurred image of him being carried out. And I saw the TikTok footage of what happened, and I guess I don't know when this happened. There's a whole big like war on late night talk show hosts. I know um ABC, I mean CBS gonna get rid of like Craig Colbert guy. And then said Donald Trump had his sights on all these people. And then Jimmy Kimmel made a joke. I mean it wasn't a joke, it was like it was a statement, right? And this is the thing, he said it wasn't the guy who shot him probably was from their own political team, was actually Republican, and they're trying to make that use that to gain political points. The passing of him, the passing of Charlie Kirk to get political points for the party. That's what happened, right? And he got fired. Oh, yeah, the Margaret House, and then he got fired from the show. ABC said he's fired indefinitely. I mean, he's suspended indefinitely from the show. You know? Yeah, I know, I know, I know. I'm just. Oh, I know you got fired. I'm sorry. And I said I did a video about that. I said maybe it was in his best interest just to keep it to himself. I did not say Jimmy Kimmel shut the fuck up like someone blamed me for doing it. That never happened. I said maybe just keep it to yourself. And I know like Ricky Gervais said like all these comedians just shut up about this stuff. Or like Jay Leno was saying, a lot of times these guys want to be so cutting edge with their political stuff, and it's usually one sided. Jay Leno said, why all the politics stuff? Why is it one side or not? Why can't you make it so everybody can laugh, not just one side or the other side? And Johnny Carson was interviewed saying like whenever you start getting really serious, you start believing your own crap, just like a certain someone named Scott Black. I mean, he's on his own soapbox, believing his own bullshit, right? All the time, and it's just silly. And then like he got suspended, and then Rob Schneider was on there. He said it was not a freedom of speech issue because the future of a talk show is not guaranteed under the Constitution. He could say what he wanted to, and he did, but the show was in jeopardy because of what he said and put in hiatus. Him and his crew and stuff. I know. I'm just, Bill. I'm just telling you what. I'm just doing an update. I'm just doing an update. Um, I know. Well, I know that's what they all do. I mean, Jay Leno says, "Why do that all the time? Why can't you have a thing where everybody can laugh, avoid all the politics and stuff?" Now I see like okay, there is two. Well, there is a two sides now, with Jeff and all them, there's so much politics going on either side. They're eating themselves alive. Now, this is a political thing right now I'm doing because I'm updating. Oh, this is Jimmy Kimmel bullshit, right? And it's easier just to keep politics out of it and keep it. I mean, you can have a serious discussion. I've had serious discussions right before. I'm having right now. I just did a Shark movie review. Now I'm doing this. It's just easier not dividing your audience because there's lots of infighting, especially over there. You know, it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, you have your political opinions, right? But it doesn't have to influence your friendships with someone, unless it gets so egregious, you know. I see some people fight over politics. It's not worth losing friendships over. That's why I look at it. We're up to what happened that day. Made fun of the episode why it looks it's ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. I agree. I'm just saying, like, it'd be easy if they do that, right? And eventually, Disney stock went down, right? Disney stock went down, and people were threatening to cancel the Disney Plus subscriptions. I don't think they had Disney Plus back then. Was Roseanne? Now, if they did that with Disney, they might have been able to get Roseanne back because I mean it was a money issue, and that's all that matters to Disney is money. They bought Star Wars, they bought Fox, they bought Marvel. You know, I mean they own the Alien franchise, the Star Wars franchise. I mean all the Marvel stuff. You know, 20th Century Fox, everything. It's all about money. Oh no, yeah, yeah, cool, yeah. Oh, I know you're not Dusty. Dusty's a good guy. I'm just trying to make it. I'm trying to make it be fair. I'm trying to be fair. I'm highlighting the comments too. Yeah, I know. We're just debating though. I'm just telling you my opinions and stuff. Right now, they caved into Jimmy Kimmel. They brought him back on the air. However, two of the affiliates, major affiliates, Sinclair, and then our affiliate Nexstar, refused to give in to Jimmy Kimmel. Refused to give in. And they wanted to hold more talks or something like that. So he was on, he was broadcast, but he ran over all these things like Portland. So he didn't mention us. And then he did not mention the two. Now, check this out. Jimmy Kimmel did not mention the names of the two companies that are not showing his show, Sinclair and Nexstar. I bet you he was told not to mention them. And that's what he did. He followed orders on that. He did not mention either one. Oh, I know. Well, yeah, he does. I mean, there was a time when he didn't do that, though. But I mean, Roseanne right now is calling bullshit. And she said there's a double standard. You like? Just like there's a double standard with me and some of the other people in the community, right? There is. But Roseanne's calling bullshit on that. But I mean, they didn't have. I don't think Disney had all the leverage that they have right now with Disney Plus and stuff, and they would put more leverage on them. I'm sure that Roseanne would have got hired right back. Maybe a hiatus. You know, maybe that. Well, they shot when they said she died. That was it. They wrote out a show. They were talking about having like a flashback with her. That never happened. They showed some reruns of the show at the last episode. You didn't see Roseanne at all. I'm just saying, like Roseanne's saying, it's a double standard, right? As far as what happened with Jimmy Kimmel, like I said, he came back. And Jimmy Kimmel pissed me off. I mean, okay. Jimmy Kimmel came back and he's talking about the ratings and stuff. Maybe when he said that, he was challenging them to get him fired as a publicity stunt, so to get better ratings, the biggest ratings up. That could be a conspiracy theory too. He did it on purpose to get his ratings back up. But Jimmy Kimmel actually pissed me off because he was on the live stream, right? If I saw it, and this guy said like, "Yeah, we're all here now," and somebody on it said, "Yes, we are," and Jimmy Kimmel said, "Shut the fuck up." And he said, "Freedom of speech applies to me; it does not apply to you." And like, what an asshole! What an asshole! That pissed me off. And the guy was agreeing with him. Oh well, I like John Goodman, and I still watched. I watched every episode of the Connors when it came out because I'm fascinated with those characters. I know you're mad when I did a whole big. They had like the final season was like 6 episodes. I did a live review of each episode. I had to. I love the show. I mean, it's completely changed without Roseanne. They don't do there's no more political stuff in the show. It just focuses on comedy and drama stuff. You know, sometimes it just wasn't as funny. I mean, a lot of times it wasn't as funny. There was still some funny stuff in the show. You know. Hey, what's up? I know, I know. I'm not saying it doesn't. What's up, buddy? Yeah, good evening, buddy. I like that. I like that. The pizza thing you did with Gwen. That was so funny. That was hilarious. I don't know if anyone else saw. I loved it. I can't comment. You put like you took off comments on your thing, or else I would comment on it. That was really fucking funny. That was hilarious. I don't know if you saw it. Yeah, the alopecia thing with Gwen. That was really funny. I got to mute real quick. I got to pee. All right, I'm back. Hey, I'm people that Jason's falling asleep on his panels. I'm kind of geared up today, doing 2 lines back in a row, but different subject matter. I'm not going to include that in my Shark movie review. Nope. Um, like the main. Okay, this is the main update. It's been a while. A week. I saw some of the stuff. A lot of stuff he said was really angry, though. You know, and just defiant. I mean, he said. He might have said one or two things I laughed at. But I mean, I think the funniest thing that Jimmy Kimmel used to do was he did like. Well, I like the Man Show. The Man Show was really good, and he was kind of right. I mean, he kind of like conformed kind of when he went to late night. I like when he did like this week of unnecessary censorship, where he made regular comments dirty and stuff. That was funny. I like that. I liked he had a thing with oh, what's his face, Kelsey Grammer falling off stage, and they were playing that Howard Cosell saying, "Down goes Frazier, down goes Frazier." That shit was funny. I mean, I really don't watch Jimmy Kimmel. I don't watch a lot of these people. I do watch if he's interviewing someone I like, I'll watch that. I that stuff's cool. I think I watched it when he interviewed Spinal Tap. I like that. Um, but when he told that guy shut the fuck up, he said, "Free speech replied to me, not to you." Like, what an asshole! That was an asshole move on his part. He was being an asshole on that, and he was being nice to the guy. Was being nice. He agreed with what he said. He wasn't being a dick to him. So I think he is throwing up a lot of bullshit rage. Anyways, the big thing was like Sinclair and Nexstar, who owns a big share of the markets. Nexstar owns a huge share of the markets that the ABC affiliates that show Jimmy Kimmel will not show a show. And usually they were preempted with like Celebrity Feud. And I know my buddy John, who works at the news station, said they were doing an hour and a half news show. He said that was a pain in the ass because he got home later on. And he said like Sinclair just caved in to Jimmy Kimmel like a few days back, and he's back on there. And they said he suspects that they're going to have Nexstar was going to do the same thing, and they're expecting to have like protesters at the news station. Oh, I know. I mean, I like some of his guests. I mean, he's done. I mean, some of the stuff has been funny, not all of it. There has been. I always thought that thing about. I always hated that thing about like parents said they eat all the kids' Halloween candy and wanted kids cry. I thought that was cruel. I didn't think that was funny at all. That was awful. And then to see some kids say, "That's okay, mommy, you can have it." That was sweet, but I thought that was incredibly mean, like Ellen DeGeneres type mean. I always thought that was a mean joke to play on kids, and they filmed it. And some kids like really like devastated. I mean, I thought that was horrible. I do think that was cruel. Now, I wonder if he's going to do that this year, but they were saying what an asshole he is. Well, some people are. Um. Anyways, Sinclair caved in. They said we're going to have negotiations, and like a few days later, a week later, I think they brought back Jim Kimmel a week. And Nexstar was still, who originates in Texas, were there, and like my buddy was saying, like they're expecting to have protests at the local station. It's like, why? It's not their fault. They're doing what they're told. They have to follow the affiliate, and that's the affiliate though, or no show. Or they'll black them out. It's just the way it goes. They were showing like hour and a half long show. John said that he don't know how much longer they're going to do that, and I think they said like there was only a couple people there, and then there was like this one girl that had like a big truck full of protest signs and stuff, and they saw like there was like a constable there, some police and stuff there, so she just said heck with it, and turned around. She was there for a few minutes and turned around and left. No, I mean on the police just to keep it from being peaceful. Not like the cops tell them not to protest, but there was only a couple people there and they kind of gave up. It's not their fault, though. Their hands are tied. Why protest them? That's stupid. Just like I got so much shit for that vegan stuff. Two vegan stories. The one about the vegan restaurant being maligned, and then they were having like this fake petitions. People signed it to get them canceled, right? And then it turned out they left after a year later because of BDSM, which I think is a more interesting story. The part that was bullshit was Panos Restaurant had the PETA people come up in that Hell on Wheels truck. They had like the big outside, had like all these cages showing like chicken stuffed in them and all these feathers all over the place, showing how rough it is for chickens on their way to slaughter and stuff. And it was like it would play like these loud chicken sounds, right? And they'd be parked right outside the restaurant. So people inside eating a peaceful meal, no matter what, even if it's a salad, no matter if it's vegan or not, they have to listen to that bullshit. And it's ignorant, right? But I mean, I guess they have a right to park there. But she parked right in the middle of the parking lot where people have to have to go through and stuff. She was writing away, you know. And then I got shit for that because it's tomorrow. I don't give a shit, you know. And they offered her like a coffee, and the guy, it's middle winter, and I know she said she turned it down. I mean, the guy is really cool though. I mean, but Panos is just a small cog in the wheel. I mean, they serve some chicken there, but they said serve much else. I know when I went there, they have people having Mediterranean salad. Now it has cheese in it, so it's not vegan, it's vegetarian. But there are people not eating meat in there too. And they're trying to punish everybody. I don't think that's right. You know? I mean, if they would do like, I think they had PETA come up like they would have like these girls in like, well, no, it was wintertime, so they couldn't do that. But I see like they have girls in like bikinis and stuff, right? Sort of like these, these vegan wings and stuff like that, free samples. Got a hell yeah. The guy and see the girls, they'll try some chicken, free food, I would. And they would have that, but this was nothing like that. Just one girl parking there. They was kind of ignorant because she's right in the way of everybody else, right? And I know John said, well, if we went there, we should have went up and said, hey, what chicken are you selling? That would have been really funny. I thought there was a food truck. That would have been hilarious, though, man. That would have been really funny. Anyways, let's go back to Jimmy Kimmel. Next star caved. Sinclair caved, and we were talking about having protests at the station. Like I said, there's only a couple people. John parked in the back. There's only a couple people there. Like they had like a couple cops there just to make sure it's a peaceful protest. You know. And one girl came with a loaded up protest. Didn't see there was anyone there. She just turned around and went back. She said it's not worth it because it's not their fault. They don't have anything against the affiliate. Go protest them in their headquarters in Texas, not here. It makes no sense. I mean, they get a photo op, but it's done because there's nothing they can do about it, anyways, unless they want to get blacked out. And there'll be no Channel 24. Nothing. You have to follow the. Gladys. Our whole town all thinks crazy too. I love that thing with the town baby Jeff. That's so funny. I'll show that too. Be an asshole. Anyways, apparently, that night or the night after that, because John was getting tired of doing like the hour and a half newscast. I mean, but they were saying like next I want to do more local stuff. But I mean, they get more local stuff, I guess. But they do a whole bunch of stuff. They do nightly newscasts. They don't. I mean, they're doing other stuff. Nextstar. I mean, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. And Nextstar finally caved in and let them broadcast. So I think they broadcast the first episode. So Jimmy went on this suspension tonight, or well, a few hours back, on our ABC affiliate. So I guess Nextstar caved in. So I guess that's it for Jimmy Kimmel. Donald Trump's going to try to look his eyes on the view. Jimmy Fallon. I thought he liked Jimmy Fallon. Seth Meyer. No one ever talks about Seth Meyer. People at least talk about Jimmy Kimmel, Greg Compare. When was the last time someone ever mentioned Seth Meyer? I don't think they ever watched his show. I have watched Jimmy Kimmel before. It was weird because Bill Maher got fired. Remember Bill Maher? He had politically incorrect on, right? At midnight. And 12:05. I remember working a late night shift and coming home while I'm working mids, from like what ended up being 3 to 11, and watching politically incorrect. I love that show. And then he said some stuff about 9/11 that got him fired, but they said they gave him 2 weeks, 2 weeks notice. But I got him fired for the show. But he would purposely say stuff. He said, I'm going to say it's because my hate mail is light. I mean, he did say stuff like he made a joke about a school shooting. After hours, one in our local area, right? It was somewhat like a school shooting, right? They had like a prom or something like that, and one kid brought a gun and he shot the homebrew teacher, Mr. Gillette. I knew Mr. Gillette. He was like one of the godparents, right? Miss Gillette. He shot him, and a kid went to jail. And they had stories about that. I mean, it was a long time ago. And I know Bill Maher made a joke about it. He said it was a shot teacher at a school dance. He said that was his version of cutting in. I pissed me off too. That pissed me off too. That was a horrible joke. Why well, I a joke? I didn't say hate, but he would say stuff to piss people off. He still does. Or he'll have like even if he has a different opinion than everyone else, he'll still say it. I mean, I'm saying my opinions, right? I think they have merit. They do have merit. And like I said, next arcade, and then now they're showing the Jimmy Kimmel stuff. So I mean, I guess that's it for him. I guess he'll be. I mean, it's just like you go on YouTube. There's so many damn videos about Jimmy Kimmel. This, they have all AI stuff. Donald Trump. This, Jimmy Kimmel failed. Jimmy Kimmel bombed in the rings. Donald Trump ceiling man. Jimmy Kimmel. All this other stuff and like clickbait thumbnails, right? And they'll have like AI of Jimmy Kimmel crying, even though he did break down on the first one. He did break down on that. I'm not making fun of that. I mean, they're faking tears on there. And there's a difference between what he did and the thumbnails they're making. I'm not making light of him breaking down during his comeback show. It's from Radioactive. It's from Radio. Oh, he was? Okay. Class. Anyways, what else was I going to say? See, I got on a tangent on something. Yeah, the whole thing with that vegan thing was taken way out of context. People would go nuts about the dumbest things. But like I said, I usually don't do politics, so there's so much hatred and stuff. Dana did a live stream with people going against Jeff and Phil and all them, which I mean, it don't bother me. I'm not on either camp anymore now. And then like Phil and them were doing a rebuttal stream where they were on there, and then Carrie was on there, which surprised the hell out of me. I thought she'd be on Janice, not on Jeff and Phil. That surprised me. And then was saying like, I don't know what Carrie's doing over there. But that's her decision. That's her decision. I'm saying all the bullshit. I'm mentioning it because that's what happened. And that's it. Well, I'm saying a lot of political. This stuff is political just because I said up to Jimmy Kimmel, all the bullshit, And it's just, I don't know. I don't catch it. Oh, I don't want to do it. Don't stand so close to me. I don't want to catch it. I will show it. Let me find something that's really funny. I did a bunch of talking about Tylenol and stuff. Where's that? Let me see if I can find it. I want to see if I can show it without fucking it up. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. It's pretty funny. All that. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Baby Jeff. They're talking about the whole thing with Tylenol and this girl. They're talking about, millions of videos saying, like, about Jeff being a Tylenol baby. And I found a photo. There was, like, this girl playing, I don't know what her name was. The video was really funny. She was talking about gachapon, which are, like, these weird things in Japan. I would love to go to Japan. Ton of money. Check out all the vending machines on unusual items and the unusual gachapon. I mean, they have like these weird capsule things. Put your money in, turn it up. They got some really bizarre stuff. And one thing was radioactive, and the passion. you know. Um, and she did like, well, they had them in the gachapon, but they have like a crane game to win these babies. I thought this looked like Jeff. Where's it at? They should have. Right here. Right here, that's Jeff. Where's it? Where's that? Where's it? Can I share it? That's it right there. That's all of baby Jeff. That's so funny how that vending machine. And then, okay, I got some other photos. Let me stop this. Can I get us off of oh, let's see. Hold on. It's so funny. Let's see. What else is there? Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I did some okay, I did this. And there was another photo where she was squishing them, right? And then that's what it looked like squished. That's what it looked like squished, the baby squish right there, right? Pretty funny. And then I did AI with the baby and Tylenol Jeff right there. Magic Mongo. Tylenol Jeff right there. Really funny. I did AI stuff there. And she was doing stuff like, I guess it's like one of those squishy things you can hit it and make it flat and stuff. There was another photo. Let me see if I get that. I had to share this stuff. I don't give a shit. Okay, let's see. Where's the other one at? Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. That's so funny. So AI stuff. Here we go. I gotta put this on my screen share right there. That's funny. That's, I was trying to do it like I was trying to make it come to life and stuff from that thing, but I didn't do it. But I got the photos done. Pretty funny though. You see, like I always try, I always messed up. Too much Tylenol. And then one last thing. Let me. Okay, here's the full photo of the thing get squished. It's really funny though. And she was like beating them up. And she bought a couple more babies that were different colors and stuff. That was really funny. And one of the days she would smash them and stuff. There's the full picture of her squishing it. Oh my god, squishy too. That's funny. That's squishy, squishy. Yeah, so that's it. Let me see if I showing it. Okay, it's showing it now. Because they were screwed up for a while. I know that. I want to show. I mean, because usually if you share something, you hit share screen, they have your list of what you want to do. Click on it. There's like a little preview bar. Hit apply and hit share on there. It should share right on there right away. But I mean, there was about a couple weeks when I screwed that up, and you had to go back on StreamYard to hit share right on there. And a lot of times I would share something, and say, I don't see a damn thing. But that's right there. That's really funny. Magic Mongo, Tyler Jeff, hilarious. So there you have it. I thought I'd do something about Jimmy Kimmel and stuff. I'm probably not gonna watch it. I watched it on YouTube. I want to see the whole big thing of a bump with the show. It's more about the staff. What Jimmy Kimmel made all about himself. With Conan O'Brien, you know what Conan O'Brien did? He got fired from the Tonight Show. He said he didn't care about himself. This is the difference between Jimmy Kimmel and Conan O'Brien. Because Conan O'Brien's funny. He's really funny. He's goofy like me. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel can be funny, though. And this is the difference. Because Jimmy Kimmel made all about himself. I'm back and they can't stop me. He made all about himself. He had everybody come up and hug him and stuff. Great job, Jimmy. Kick your ass and stuff. Conan O'Brien said, when I got fired from the Tonight Show, he said, I'll be okay. I know I can I'll be okay. But I want to make sure they pay for all my writers, all my fellow people that work with me. I will make sure my fellow cast, my fellow all my crew members are all paid for and taken care of. I'll be okay. Jimmy Kimmel didn't say one thing about all the other people that lost their jobs when he got kicked off. All his crew members and stuff, he didn't mention one damn thing about any of them. That's where his, I mean, because he has money. He has money. I mean, think about them first. Think about how you can help them out, or I'll make sure how the studio can help them out, and until they get their jobs back. That's what Conan O'Brien said. He wanted to make sure all his cast and crew were taken care of, and not him. Jimmy Kimmel made all about him. That's another thing about the difference between Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien is funny. And I remember when he first started. I remember when he first started on the Conan O'Brien's, like on Dave Letterman. Wait. Dave Letterman's going to get his own show, right? Or something. What happened? I can't remember what happened. They had a whole thing with Johnny Carson. Oh, Johnny Carson and Johnny Carson promised Dave Letterman a show. He gave it to Jay Leno or something like that. And then Jay Leno had something happened. Then I know Dave Letterman left NBC and went to CBS. Welcome with open arms. I'll never forget. A lot of people, when I worked at this barbecue place, a lot of people were pissed off that Dave Letterman was coming there because they like coming home, watching local news, and wanting to show Star Trek reruns instead of that. They said we'd rather watch the old Star Trek shows and watch Dave Letterman. But when he came back, he had like Bill Murray. I think Bill Murray was his very first guest on the show. And they had Conan O'Brien was on the show, started his own show, and there was a thing with Tom Brokaw. He said, "You better be good, O'Brien." He crumbled up some crackers in his head and he blew him in his face, right? And then the first guest he had was John Goodman. They did some leg wrestling with him and Andy Richter or Conan O'Brien. It was really weird because Conan O'Brien was very stiff. Now, I mean, like, not in a dirty term, right? But like stiff, like uptight, right? On the show. And then he started loosening up and getting more to his character. And the show was great. So many funny bits on there, like my type of sensibilities, you know. Well, you did. Oh man, I bet she probably did. You probably did. And the one thing with the one thing with what the fuck was it? Um, shit. Oh damn, you threw me off, Gladys. Well, Conan O'Brien had a show. Like it took him a while for him to get into his groove. The one thing with Conan O'Brien, like a lot of humor, I thought was funny, like Conan babies and stuff. He had like that guy who did Robert Smigel did stuff on his show, like he'd have like that Clutch Coco thing. He have like he'd have um he had like George W. Bush on there and talking. He says like, it's against talking about like I think they're talking about Ellen DeGeneres being saying she was gay and stuff, and he said that's against the Bible. Where does it say it's against the Bible? It said in the Bible that it was Matthew 3:95 or something like that. It said, "Thou manest shall not layest downest. No, thou shall not be a manest that layest downest for the man named Kenneth." That was so fucking funny. And his timing was perfect on that show. Also, they had like that drunk Irish guy. So I know the ghost of it's probably like the ghost of Big Crowd, but a different character. He say all these inappropriate things, like really funny stuff. You can find a lot of this stuff on YouTube. Conan O'Brien really was a funny guy. His show on TBS was really good too. And there's a movie about him getting fired from the Tonight Show. I should watch that again because I tried to watch it. And my sisters all was talk. Everybody was talking. I'm trying to watch the damn movie. It's all in the same room. Talk. You know? And I have to, I see if I watch it. I don't think I ever watched the whole thing. I don't think, or maybe I did. Um, I remember like whenever Conan O'Brien took over the Tonight Show, he did some really outrageous things. I'll never forget, eating breakfast at just one restaurant. Um, and me and my dad, then there's an old couple over there, and the old couple were eating, and they said, "Boy, we really like Jay Leno's type of humor stuff." And this guy said, "I don't know about this Conan O'Brien. He's too young for me." I remember they said that though. And they eventually got rid of Conan O'Brien on the show, and it was really weird. It was like he was at odds with NBC, but he played it up for laughs and stuff. But I guess it was really tense for NBC, and he said like, "If I leave, I'll be fine. Make sure my people are taken care of." Jimmy Kimmel just say one thing about that. He said, they did what they did to me, but I want to make sure my people are taken care of first. You know, and he just made it all about himself. Here we got part by get. Yeah, I know she turned into a She-Hulk. No, I should take that back. I mean, that's about it. The whole update thing was Jimmy Kimmel got his show back. Next Star caved. I didn't think they were going to, because I mean, Jimmy Kimmel was saying we're seen here most of the country. They're talking about how big his ratings were. They're only so big that I mean they're not on a lot of affiliates though. He pissed a lot of people off, and I'll never forget. He just said whatever his show wasn't available at, he did not mention Sinclair or Nexstar at all. I think he was told specifically not to mention them. And then he actually listened to that, believe it or not. Because all these like comedians want to be defiant stuff. And he's gonna be really defiant towards Trump, instead of like having, just have jokes for everybody. Not just trying to section off either party, But I mean that's my update on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Of course I threw extra stuff in there. That's just me. I wasn't gonna involve this because I'm awake right now. I gotta see if I can get a little bit of sleep. Now my buddy John's supposed to be coming over tomorrow. I told him about I saw something at the I guess I don't know, they reopened the empty keg. They got stuff from like these Oktoberfest specials just for a couple of days. I asked if he'd get me one of these, I'd pay him when I see him. I mean, I hope he sees the comment. I mean, they have like something that was like it was Oktoberfest chicken wing special. 3 very bizarre flavors of chicken wings. There's 9 chicken wings. Each 3 have a bizarre flavor. One was like a spicy apple flavor. One was like a spicy orange flavor. The other one was salt and vinegar flavor. Served with choice of 2 different sauces for $10. So I mean, it's still $1 a wing, but it's still a little over $1 a wing. That's not too bad though. You know, from Beetlejuice. Oh yeah. From Beetlejuice. There you go. I mean, that's why Gladys is modded. So I'm cool like that. Now, like I said, I usually I don't do like political stuff or you know serious stuff. I mean, this one that serious. I mean, I wanted to mention about what happened. If I just wrap it all up, I said it'd be an update. I doubt there's gonna be any more updates about this. But I mean, so many people were going on and on and on and on and on. There's a ton of videos about this. I may as well do a video too, tell how I feel about it. You know, as far as what Jimmy Kimmel said, you got in trouble. I think he did that to try to get back and get his ratings back up. So people are gonna be watching the show when he comes back after controversy. He probably got a bunch of he probably wanted a vacation. He took a few days off, you know. I mean, I'm surprised he's not concerned with his staff, who are not. I mean, I don't know if ABC was probably not paying him. Maybe ABC like them pay a couple days pay. I don't think they were. Like worry about your own staff and your people that care about you. Try to help them out first instead of being all about you. Now, when he does the stand up, it's kind of all about him, but he could mention his workers and stuff. Instead of having Guillermo come up and give him a big hug, we love you, Jimmy. We love you, Jimmy. Why don't you say, we love you too to him? Or we love you to all my cast and crew? Or like his crew members, his staff, his peeps, his legion. Nothing. Nothing. So that says a lot too about Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, I like you. I mean, he was really funny on the Man Show, but he's only okay on talk show. I don't really think about him though. It was fucked up that I liked it when they had Nightline right after the news. Then they moved out to 12:30. Why did they move? Why did they keep? Compare to compete with by Jimmy Fallon maybe, but I liked when they had the Tonight Show got. I mean, Nightline got high ratings. Why don't you just have Jimmy Kimmel after Nightline? Nightline's usually more interesting than Jimmy Kimmel is, in my opinion. I like Nightline. And then a lot of times, like they were talking about, like on Howard Stern, they'd have Bill Maher in there, and they said a lot of times they have like the race between like it was at the time it was what was hosting Fox? I don't think they ever talk about Fox anymore. The Fox network, but usually it was Dave Letterman and Jay Leno and Nightline, and usually the one that would get the highest ratings were Nightline, not the comedians. People wanted to see that show, and Nightline was a good show. The Palace, oh yeah, there you go. Hey, you see, we know our stuff. We know our stuff, and I like Beetlejuice too. Some people didn't like that movie. I thought it was really good. Now, like I said, I think Beetlejuice 2 was right on the cusp, right on that little tight line, tight wire, about between PG-13 and R, because there were scenes that were altered in the movie because there's like a bunch of guts in there. They start showing them, and they're all like in black and white, and they made it so they're different, not different colors. Or just like in Puppet Master, there was a scene where like a guy got his fingers cut off. A robot, instead of making the blood red, they made it like green or blue to avoid it getting X rating for the MPAA. You know, it was really R rated to keep that rating. I mean, they changed the color of the gore to like a black and white type thing. They try to ease it into the thing, but you could tell. And the part where he swears, the F word's already dropped in the movie, and he says it again, and they bleep it out. So I think it was right on the cusp of getting that R rating. So I mean that NC-17 rating, not X, NC-17. X for the Puppet Master movie, because that was before like the new rating system came about. I remember parents were bitching about like movies like Gremlins and Indiana Jones and Poltergeist being PG rated, having these horrific scenes of horror or violence in them, and let them get away with that. And then I remember they invented like the PG-13 rating, and years later, when I was in the Army, I was in Fort Bragg, and they were saying like we need a rating that goes between R and X. They said they wanted to give an A for adult, right? That's what Central New were doing it, and then they changed it to NC-17. Yeah, the one thing about and then and the very first. Now this is one thing everybody gets wrong. Now I screwed up. They said the very first PG-13 rated movie was Red Dawn. I always thought it was Dreamscape. I guess it was Red Dawn then. Now this one thing I did get right, and everybody else gets wrong. They're talking about the very first NC-17 rated movie that come out. If everyone says Showgirls, no, it was not. Showgirls didn't come out until a few years later, after I was out of the Army. Like a year or so after, year and a half after NC-17 came about. The very first NC-17 movie was called Henry and June. Now, I think it was about Let me look see what's about. Since I'm BSing now about movies. Let's see. I'm all over the place. I don't give a shit. Henry and June. Hey, Henry and June. Oh, where's it at? Yeah, 1990. Fred Ward and directed by Philip Kaufman. Okay. Fred Ward, Uma Thurman, and it's about the Aeneas Nin meets American writer Henry Miller in Paris in 1931. She keeps a diary of her sexual awakening, which includes Henry and his wife June. Okay. Now, this is the story behind this, right? I used to go to the movies all the time, and usually it would be like at the military theater. But I had my barracks were real close by, and I was in the 581st. No, it was the 1112th Signal Battalion in Fort Bragg. Germany was the 581st, and we were detachment living with the finance company. Because we lived with the Delta 17th engineers in Germany, and then we lived with the one finance company in our barracks. So we were on the third floor usually. And, with the movie theater, it was like right down the road, but they would not play NC-17 rated movies there. They only play G, PG, PG-13R. I don't think they've ever played anything unrated. Maybe, but they probably haven't. No X, of course, and no NC-17. I remember when I was in Germany, they had a thing saying like they said that AFN usually buys a whole bunch of movies, second run movies to show in the theaters, but they refused to buy The Last Temptation of Christ. I'd never seen the AFN ever refused to buy anything. They played anything. I remember seeing Howling 3, The Marsupials at the theater. I remember seeing a movie called The Troubled Spires. It was on the shelf for 5 years with Peter O'Toole in it on a Sunday afternoon. I saw The Blue Iguana, which was limited, super limited release. No one ever saw it, though. I saw it. It was okay. I remember Plain Clothes, which I missed. I didn't see that one at the theater. Plain Clothes was a really weird movie with George Wendt playing a bad guy. That surprised me. He had like that he was really nasty in that movie. Kind of like the John Goodman type thing as a bad guy. And they wouldn't play NC-17 rated movies in the theater. Now, whenever I had a chance to see Henry June. I'd never seen an NC-17 rated movie in the theater. I think the last time they ever played because Hollywood doesn't want to go NC-17 at all. They call it The Kiss of Death, just like whenever because like that Central didn't want to do the adult rating, but most studios now don't want to do that now because the film's not going to make money. So it ended up being after a few years, it ended up being you know, I don't know, not the best rating at all, or like something that studios wouldn't want to do unless it's a gore film like Terrifier. They'll just release unrated. And I think they had I saw a thing about like a Halloween, a Easter themed thing with Terrifier. I don't know if they're gonna go the Easter Bounty route or not. Anyways, just around the time that Night of the Living Dead got remade, right? And I was told, and Fangoria said, like, NC-17, I mean, George Romero just remade that movie just to make money, and Tom Savini directed it. So I was surprised it came about, because I thought the trilogy was just going to be Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, that was it. And then he decided to make a remake of Night of the Living Dead like 5 years later, and I thought it was okay. But Tom Savini directed it, not George Romero. Uh, and what happened after that? Um, Yeah, I played in the theater, right? The regular movie theater. And then my friend Jaime said, "Hey, let's go see the real Night of the Dead at the theater." So okay. And I guess when it came time to do it, hey man, I'm kind of nervous and scared to watch that movie. Why don't we go see either Pump Up the Vibe or Henry June instead? The Pump Up the Vibe was like a Christian Slater movie back when he was really on top. And he was like this subversive underground radio guy. And I know he wanted to see it real bad. I did too, but I said, well, you said we're going to watch Night of the Dead. Let's watch that movie. So, okay. I regret it though because I probably because that was the only chance I had to see NC-17 rated movie at the theater was Henry and June. And the last one I think played was John Waters did something in 2012 or 2010 called A Low Down Dirty Shame with Johnny Knoxville and Tracy Ullman. That was NC-17 too. I saw that twice. I thought that movie was funny. Some people really hated that movie. I liked it. It's just silly though, and it was pretty much all about sex and fetishes and stuff. To the point it got uncomfortable. There were a couple scenes I don't want to get into it. One scene I thought was really uncomfortable, but it was when I found what an upper decker was, where you take a crap at the top part of the toilet, at the lid of the toilet. My dad and I were laughing our asses off. Never heard that term before. Um, but that's a funny movie, by the way. But I played in the theaters. That did play in the theaters. That's the last NC-17 rated movie I know of that played in theaters. Now, Terrifier was unrated. It played unrated in the theaters, not NC-17, unrated. So that was cool too. Oh, he has? Yeah. Well, yeah. At least no one's seen Black Eagles pics. Ugh. Black Eagles really. I mean, I don't know. She's not a nice person either. She really isn't. I'm not sleeping or something like that, but I'm probably gonna be calling it quits a little bit. Hold on. I'm back. I'm not sleeping. Approved. Yeah, but yeah, I think it's approved. um, like I said, update about me. I might try to get a little shut eye. I might come down for a little bit. I told him about like I don't know if he saw it. I saw it like while I was doing other stuff. I saw like a thing of specials for like a few days. And like he said, he put the empty cake up for sale. I haven't been there in years since COVID, like day after COVID or something like that. Um, and they have like this October thing about like these chicken wings. I am really interested in getting $10 for 9 different wings, three three different flavors, three different wings, salt and vinegar. Well, hell, I'll show it. Let me show it. Let me show it. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna get this. Show you. Show you. I'll show you. This is what the specials are right here. Damn it! Why did you do that for? It's like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Are they showing it? Let me see. Make sure I double check. Okay, okay. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, check this out. Damn it. Okay, you got like okay, it's September 26th, 27th, 28th. Got Oktoberfest wing sampler, 3 apple barbecue, 3 spicy orange, 3 salt and vinegar chips, wings. Serving choice of 2 dipping sauce, $10. I'm really fascinated to try that. I mean, the other ones I don't care about as much. I mean, they look all right. God damn it. They're like white chicken chili transferred, homemade served with fresh made tortilla chips. Nine and a half, 9.50. It's kind of expensive for chili. Chicken broccoli cheese casserole, or as Todd would say, hot bake. No, was it hot bake or something like that. Homemade served with homemade house side salad. They got a spicy fried app platter, spicy cheese curds, jalapeno poppers, and Cajun sweet potato fries. $10. That's interesting, but I'm not really interested in that one. You know, but I mean the wings look really good. I think wings look really good. There you have it. Okay. I'm trying to see that. All right, so I guess that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. Well, like I said, I went off on a tangent, which is okay. I pretty much had all I had to say about Jimmy Kimmel. There's a double standard between him and well, between like Bill Maher and him. I mean, he didn't have the leverage that he had, and then he ended up getting a deal with HBO, and HBO lets him say pretty much whatever he wants. That's just like with Jimmy Kimmel, like with a network, it's paid by the people. It's the people's network, just like public TV is, right? Well, I mean, that's funded by the government, though, but it's not like cable is different, though. I mean, cable is like a paid service, right? But I mean, TV is free, and you like have uh, advertising, and you have affiliates and stuff that broadcast your show. So you're dependent on them. And if you say stuff they don't like, they have a chance to cancel you. Or you can say what you want. He did. However, that might cause the show to be suspended or fired or terminated, right? But he came back after a little break, and like I said, Sinclair Nexstar like didn't want him back on the air. Like a few days later, 5 days later, maybe 4 or 5 days later, Sinclair brought him back, and like 2 or 3 days after that, or 2 days after that, Nexstar brought him back. So I guess things are back to normal. Might be a little heated back. I don't know, but that's my yes. It is a double standard. It's a double standard with me too. It's a double standard with me too. Richard Groiper will say something derogatory about someone. Oh, Richard, love. Oh, you're so funny. I say something that's not nearly as bad. I'm the bad guy. There's a definite double standard. It always will be, you know. And I'm funny, and I know I'm funny. None of you can say what she wants about. None of you don't like me. That's fine. But none of you knows I was damn funny. I was funny. And she laughed at Devin Phil. I'm way funnier than they were. Still am. You know. I'm just me. I decided to leave all that stuff behind. I mean, like, there's so few people I like over there. I was shocked that Carrie was over there. I thought she'd be over on Dana's panel. I mean, it's up to her. She's free to go wherever she wants to, you know. I wanted to straighten that out too, because she was confused about, like, I said, like, well, I guess I can no longer say prayers for you over here. And then she thought, like, I meant I was done with her. And, but no, that's not true. I like Carrie a lot. I care about her. Yeah, I feel bad for all the stuff she's been through. What I meant was, I keep getting tied down over there, just like in Dana's. I was like, I'm just going to stay away. It's not worth the pain or the hassle. You know, that's what I meant. I was like, I can't pray for you here. I pray for you on my own channel. You know, you should be over there. I'm way funnier than anyone else over there. I am way funnier. Yeah, she. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. You feel yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I know what you're saying now. The double standard. There's a double standard, though. You know what I mean? The popularity game. With Roseanne, I don't think they had. I don't know if people were. I don't know if people were like bitching about her being fired as much as they were about Jimmy Kimmel being fired. It was really weird. And she lost her show because of. I mean, you know, what could you do? So I'm gonna try to get some sleep. I don't know what's up with all the hiccuping and stuff. I hope you like this thing. I don't do the political bull crap a lot, but I think what I said was fair, like my opinion, you know. And I went off on a tangent about other stuff. It happens, but I want to go do it with my shark movie review now. You know, I went off on a tangent with that too. But I mean, I just want to do my own thing, and that's what life's all about, just doing your own thing, you know. And hopefully, you know, people will see it. Hopefully, people be entertained. So, hope you like this video, buddy. Until next time, please take care, my legion. All right. Oh, I didn't do the whole. Oh, let's see. Let's do 13. Oh, wait a second. 13. Oh, shit. Oh, forget it. All right. Take care. Oh, shit. Take care, my, and take care, my legion.